After nearly 3 years of Call of Duty Warzone, I finally got banned. And yes, it does involve cheating, but not in the way you think it does. You see, it all started when I was playing duos with my teammate Cup of Joe. I was on a 7-kill game, nothing special, when we pushed into hydroelectric. Oh, I can't get out. I can't get out. I'm stuck. We got out of the car to start fighting and I was able to get one opponent down. Joe pushed around to get the second, but he ended up going down in the process. Now, since there was a smoke grenade down, I assumed I could just push up and try to get my revenge. I was wrong.
Dude, I just get the worst timing ever, man.
Hold up. This guy's hacking. This guy's cheating. He's cheating.
Which guy?
After my gulag, I decided to go back and try to collect some more data and see if this person was actually cheating or not.
Like a random corner. Go to your left and hide. That's the one that killed me.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm like 90% sure. We decided to keep spectating him and see if in fact he was cheating or not. And the more we watched him, it seemed like he had a sixth sense for knowing where everyone else was. Yeah.
Yup.
Okay.
Yup, there it is. There it is.
I don't think he has aimbot by any means, but I think he's definitely walling. I mean, but he could be toggling. But before he was able to take out the last few remaining teams, Ricochet hit him. No, he's not aimbotting. He's not aimbotting, but he's walling. Yep, there he goes. Let's go.
He got banned.
That's what I'm talking about.
He got banned. He got banned. Let's go.
So after that, we were gonna load up and queue into the next game, and we were searching for a lobby and searching, and we could not find a game to be put in. Now, if you've been around Warzone for a while, you probably know that this is a telltale sign of being shadow banned. Essentially, it means your account is under review until someone can actually look at it and determine if you are cheating or not. So I logged into my Activision account and checked. I'm shadowed. I'm actually shadowed.
I told you.
What? I just got shadow banned for the first time. Are you?
No. You're better than me. Quote it. Clip it.
Hold up. I just had like 6 kills. I got shadowed off a 6-kill game. Guys, this is my first time ever being. Honestly, I'm happy because I never have been able to claim I've been shadowed, and I'm always like, I'm not good enough. Now, it's not exactly understood of how the shadow ban system works, but it's pretty well understood that if you get reported a lot in game, the chances of you getting shadow banned are very high. Now, this happens if you're on like a crazy high kill game, like a 30 kill game, but I had 7 kills at the time. So I don't understand why somebody would report me in this situation. Now, the story's not over yet because things kind of take another turn here. It was pretty early on in my stream when this happened, so I decided to hop on Warzone Caldera because for whatever reason, the shadow ban system only applies to on Warzone 2 and not Warzone 1. Now, not to go on a rant here about Warzone 2 or anything, but I gotta say, getting on Caldera again, it was actually a lot of fun. I'm really not the biggest fan of the map Caldera itself. I would much rather prefer Rebirth Island or Fortune's Keep or even Verdansk if we had that option. But just playing Caldera, it feels like a finished, smooth, well-functioning game. You have audio that works. You don't have, constant bugs and glitches. The TTK seems much more manageable, and it's just a smoother experience than what Warzone 2 is right now. Now, I totally agree. We needed a lot of changes from Warzone 1 to Warzone 2. They had to freshen up the game in some way, but it just seems like we tried to reinvent the wheel. Slide canceling, for example, it is sort of a broken mechanic, and I have no problem that they took it out, and that's coming from someone who loves to abuse movement. But I think what would have been a much better solution was to take out slide canceling and kind of keep everything else the same. Maybe add dolphin diving. I think dolphin diving is a really cool mechanic. Proximity chat, super cool, fun mechanic that people love, but I don't know if we needed to completely change the feel in this kind of 180 direction that Warzone 2 went. Okay, now back to Warzone 2. So my shadow ban only lasted about 24 hours, so the next day I was back on again playing duos with Cup of Joe. After about 4 hours of gaming, we were on what was supposed to be the last game of the night, and we had made it down to the final 2 teams. Now at this point in the game, I had 13 kills, a decent game, but nothing that impressive. And right before I was about to shoot one of the opponents and probably get him downed, this happened. I just lagged out. Disconnected. Are you still there?
Yeah.
I just got disconnected. Now, at first I was like, it's probably just the Call of Duty servers. They're just bugging out, whatever. Or maybe my internet went out. But then I wondered, did I get shadow banned? Are you kidding me? Dude. I'm shadow banned again. Oh. Now, unfortunately, Joe was not able to clutch up the 1v2 situation, and we probably would have won the game if it wasn't for me getting disconnected. Now, if you're new here, if you're new to my content and you don't really know me, you might be wondering, okay, so why do you keep getting shadow banned? Are you cheating? And look, if you've been watching me for a while, I think you guys know by now, I am not cheating. I promise I am legit. If I have to add a monitor cam to my streams, I will do so to just try to make sure I'm, being as transparent as possible. But one thing that's kind of came to light after this is I've talked about this on Twitter here recently, and I've had several players reach out to me and they're like, hey, I got shadow banned too recently, and I'm a very average level player. They're like, maybe a 1 to 1.5 KD player, and they're like, I got shadow banned after like a 5-kill game. So it just seems like there is something weird going on with the shadow ban system, and it's affecting a lot of players. Now, for me, this is frustrating because this is my full-time job. This is how I pay my bills, is by creating content through Call of Duty Warzone. But if you put it in the perspective of another player, with the state of Warzone 2, imagine if you're someone that you love Call of Duty, but maybe you're on the fence about Warzone 2 because you're frustrated with some of the bugs and stuff in the game. And imagine if you get shadow banned and you can't play for X number of days. That might be the turning point to be like, you know what? I'm done with this game. I'm going on to Apex or Fortnite or whatever other game that's out there. So to me, this is very concerning, not only for myself, but for other players, because this shadow ban system seems to be very inappropriately affecting players. Now, the time of me making this video, it's actually been a full week since that second shadow ban, and I am still shadow banned and unable to play on my account, and it's obviously been very frustrating. But I will say this, despite Warzone 2 not being quite what I'd hoped it to be, and there being a lot of kind of things I'd like to see changed, this break from the game has told me that I do miss playing it, and I do really want to be able to play it again. And I really think that we're just a few updates away, and especially maybe a resurgence mode added as well, from Warzone 2 being a really awesome game, and maybe hopefully getting back on par with what it was on Warzone 1, and hopefully even better. I think it's got the potential to absolutely do that. So maybe say a prayer to the COD gods for me and ask that they unban me. But otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll be back soon.